fucking rich. And hot, I'm so fucking rich. And really hot, I'm so fucking rich. And hot, I'm so fucking rich. And really.
Welcome to Hot and Rich, a show about celebrities. I'm your host, Cait Raft. Today is Tuesday, October 13th. Spooky Tuesday the 13th, 2020.
Oh,
Tuesday
the 13th?
The voice of that very scared man is Jack Allison, the producer of the show, my husband. Jack, how are you? Really?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good.
You're
All good.
You're kind of...
I'm all gravy. I'm all gravy.
It's Turn Up Tuesday, says Lindsay Toller in the chat. Oh my God. I've got great news. We've got a birthday shout out.
Oh, yeah. This is a big one, too.
This is huge. Max Mayer.
Wow.
My friend.
Wow.
Happy birthday, Max. I haven't
Wow.
texted him yet, but I'm saying it on the stream. That's good enough, right? Max, friend of all of us. Friend of all of us. Friend of the show. Friend of the chat.
Friend to all.
Friend to all. Friend to all the animals. We love Max. Happy birthday, Max. And if you ever have a birthday shout out, just tell me and I'll shout it out. Love to shout out a birthday. You know I love birthdays. That's canon for the show. Hot and Rich celebrates birthdays. Why? Because we all need a day to celebrate ourselves and be annoying about it. Okay? That's our right as humans. We were all forced to be alive on this piece of shit spinning rock.
Oh, it's awful.
So at least give us a day. At least give us one freaking day to be like, hey.
It's just awful.
It's my day. I mean, life is punishment enough. Can we just get some reprieve?
To be on this friggin' rock.
Spinning rock.
This friggin' spinning.
I always call Earth a spinning rock. You know why?
Why?
Because it's a freaking rock, dude. And it's orbiting. Okay? If you think about it, we're all just on a big old rock. And it's rock hard. Oh, yeah.
My God.
Except for the parts that are very wet.
Oh, my God.
That's right. It's Horny
What
Tuesday. Thoughty Tuesday, honey. I'm wearing all yellow. I'm feeling that yellow energy. I'm Emily in Paris out. I love Emily in Paris. So good. I spent the whole weekend binging it. I already talked about this on Jack AM, but I like it more. Okay. I just do. I like Emily in Paris. I watched every episode. Is it a good show? No. Is she actually like evil to her core? Yes. Emily is a bad person. Emily in Paris is a bad person, and it is kind of capitalist propaganda against the, French way of life, which is like, don't work too hard, have labor rights. Like, have rights as workers. Oh, I hate her so much. I hate Emily so much, but yet I watched every episode. And I think it's the same reason I watch Real Housewives. Like, I need to watch terrible people, even if like it's being presented to me as like you're supposed to like this character. Like, I hate them, but I like the show. You know what I mean, Jack?
Not really my experience with TV. No.
Oh.
Not really the way I watch.
I think if you like Real Housewives and you like to like watch shows that are like actually like filled with demons. Like if you like demons on your TV-mans.
Excuse me?
Then watch Emily in Paris.
That was just unnecessary to
What?
say TV-mans.
TV-mans.
Totally unnecessary.
Okay.
Very indulgent.
You didn't like it.
Just indulgent, that's all.
Okay. Patricia
Just
Fields.
indulgent.
Patricia Fields did the wardrobe. Icon. She's the woman who did the wardrobe on Sex and the City. Like, truly an icon of fashion. Patricia Fields. And guess what? I kind of liked the looks. I liked the hot fashions. of the annoying Emily. I like the show. It's bad. It's not good, but I like to watch bad people on TV.
Sounds like you love the show.
I love it. I've said that a million times.
Sounds like you love it.
Jack, shut up about it, because I said it first. I love the show. Okay, I love it. Okay. What else is going on in my life? Oh, I bought this hat. This is new. This hat is a really big part of my new identity.
Beautiful.
You know why?
Bucket hat.
You know why the hat is so good?
I do.
Why?
Because it's got UV protection.
It's got UV protection. Okay, so I wear this hat now every time I leave the house, and I pull it all the way out like this, and it really protects my face and my neck. Look at that. Look at that angle. Great hat. We love this hat. This hat is like now the sidekick of the show. I know you can't see it if you're listening to the podcast, but it's kind of like a Paddington hat. It's like a bucket hat, but you can flip it up. It's truly a great hat. We love the hat, right? Hot and Rich fam, we love the hat. Jack, you love the hat, right?
Oh, it's a wonderful, wonderful hat.
It's like a sailor. It's like a fisherman's hat. Why do I have to have a special hat that protects my skin from UV rays? Well, I'm on antibiotics for acne because I invented antibiotics. I'm the queen of antibiotics. No one was talking about antibiotics until I started taking antibiotics. I put antibiotics on the map, honey. Antibiotics are hashtag trending because of a girl like me. Cait in LA. Cait on antibiotics. Should I start an Instagram account called Cait on antibiotics?
I think so.
Okay. I will.
I don't know what it'll be, though.
It'll just be me every day because I'm on them. I have to be on these for 2 whole months at least. So pray for my liver. Okay. You know what? Speaking of this hat, speaking of the color yellow, we have actually a serious issue to get into. And guess what? We're not doing hot seconds today. Okay? We're not doing hot seconds because every single topic is a topic that we're going to dive into. Now, there's not that many topics. I'll be honest. It might be a short show. But there's no hot seconds today. I decided, you know what? Fuck hot seconds. Yeah, let's do hot minutes.
Wow.
These are all hot minutes, okay? These are hot dives. We're diving into some hot, heatish water.
Heatish water? Cait, you want to take that one again?
Yeah, we're diving into some hot, heatish water.
Thank you.
Okay, Jack, I really have to fix the curtain in my room.
Yeah.
Because there's like speaking of heat, there's a sunspot on me coming through the window.
You should get a UV hat for your, you should get a UV bra.
I need a UV bra to protect my chest.
Yeah.
From my heat. Okay, can you just like talk for like
Sure.
30 seconds while I go fix the curtain? I don't want there to be like dead air. Listen,
Sure.
my new motto is I don't really edit, okay?
Okay. Yeah, that's the new motto.
So talk so that I don't have to edit this.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, Cait's off to go fix the, you know, the, what the hell's that thing called? You know, the blinds, I think. The blinds. I think it's going to be the blinds or the, you know, the blinds.
Oh my God. Okay. Great job, Jack.
You're welcome.
You really nailed it. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how my intellectual property was stolen. Do you even care about this? Because, like, this is a big deal, Jack. My intellectual property, a.k.a. my thing, which is wearing yellow Crocs, was stolen. Someone stole my thing. And you know what's actually the worst thing that can happen to a person is when someone steals their thing. And someone has stolen my thing, and that person is Justin Bieber.
He stole your thing?
Justin Bieber stole my thing.
Oh, no.
Okay, he's releasing a line of Crocs through his like brand, Drew. And they're the fucking exact same as my yellow Crocs, which I've been wearing for like over a year now. So fuck you. You'll be hearing from my fucking attorneys, Justin Bieber. Okay, first you stole my face. We have the same face. Don't even lie. We do. If you Photoshop my face onto Justin Bieber's face, nothing changes. Look. Yep. Am I right or am I right? First he stole my face, then he stole my Crocs, which are my thing. Jack?
It's your thing.
You disagree that you don't think I look like Justin Bieber?
I think he stole both things from you.
He stole
Looking
my
like
face.
you and the Crocs.
He stole my face and he stole my Crocs. Okay, now if you don't believe me that he stole my Crocs, which sounds like maybe you need some convincing, Jack. No?
I believe it.
Okay. Well, if you need some convincing, here's a side-by-side of Justin Bieber's Crocs and my Crocs, just to prove how stolen these Crocs are. Okay, look.
Wow.
Look at that. They're pretty much the same.
That evidence
It's actually crazy.
is striking.
Okay, because his gibbets
His gibbets, of course.
are like original gibbets, but they're basically like based on my gibbets.
Yeah, that's true.
He's got a flower with a face on it. Boom, I had a flower with a face on mine. He has a emoji face. I have an emoji face. Okay? I'm just pissed. I'm ticked off. I'm pissed off.
I'm just pissed off about how much slobcore has taken off.
Yeah, I mean, Justin Bieber is very
I get no
slobcore.
credit for slobcore.
You started slobcore, so basically he stole both of our things. Because your thing is dressing like shit
And only wearing Crocs.
and only wearing Crocs, and my thing is wearing yellow Crocs. And he has stolen both of our things. So I am in contact with my legal team about this. They will be hearing from my legal team
Oh, good.
shortly. Shout out to my legal team.
Shouts to the legal team, of course.
Shouts to the legal team.
Yeah.
We love the legal team. We love the legal team. And I will be suing Justin Bieber. Okay. Okay. I've told the story about how I tried to smoke hookah with him once, right?
Oh, yeah, you did.
I told that story. Okay, I'm not going to tell it again. But it's one of my stories. You know how everybody has like 4?
Sure.
Everyone has like 4 stories. That's one of my stories. Oh, look, even the hat is featured in this picture. My new hat. My new iconic look. Oh, God. Let's go to the next topic. I'm exhausted already. Okay, we have to talk about the couple with the note, Jack. So this kind of like went viral on Twitter. And I was like, who is this couple with the note?
I'm sorry?
You don't know what I'm talking about, and that's fine. It's totally fine because you're about to find out. Okay, we have to rewind. The story will end on the note, but we'll start from the beginning of the story. This is a celebrity gossip story, and this rarely happens because I'm sort of an expert in the field. I know most of the
This
celebrities.
man is from The Wire, and we all know who he is.
I don't know who he is.
Everybody here knows who he is except for you.
Here's the thing. I didn't watch The Wire, so I don't know who the fuck this guy is. To me, he's not even famous.
Okay, well, everybody here knows who this man is, just so you know.
Okay, his name
He was on a very
is...
popular HBO show.
His name is... What's his name? I don't know. First of all, this rarely happens to me where I have a celebrity gossip story where I know none of the people involved. Literally don't know any of them. This is like probably how Jack feels every time he watches the show. Like
Twice a week, you mean?
like you never know who the fuck I'm talking about. Well, now I don't know who the fuck Dominic West is. This is a topic about people I don't know. I'm learning today.
Okay,
a
wow.
humble student of all of you who know who this is. I'm a humble student. Apparently this man is a celebrity. Apparently he was in The Affair and I guess The Wire. His name is Dominic West. Okay, so that's where our story starts. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
starts.
The story starts with that this man played McNulty on the very popular HBO series The Wire.
Yes.
And we all know who it is, and you don't know it.
Yeah,
And we should watch The Wire.
if you want. Doesn't sound like you really. I feel like we tried to watch The Wire, and you were like,
Sopranos is better. Let's watch Sopranos
I feel
again.
like we tried
Let's
to.
just watch Sopranos again.
I think we tried to watch
It's
The
like
Wire
4
once.
episodes before it gets good, and I'm like, oh my god.
We tried to watch The Wire once, and you were
Who
just
has
like,
time for that shit?
you were not into it. So it's actually your fault that I don't know who the fuck Dominic West is. So blame Jack, because I tried to watch The Wire once, and we gave up.
I'll watch Sopranos again.
Okay, shut up.
Wow.
Okay, this is about Dominic West. Dominic West, he's an actor, famous man. He was actually photographed recently out and about in Rome with his girl toy and co-star Lily James, who was also an actress that, I mean, I don't really know who she is. Who is she?
Lily James?
Who? I mean, that sounds like a famous person's name.
Yeah, I mean, she's was in Mamma Mia.
Okay.
And Cinderella.
Okay.
And Baby Driver.
These movies I haven't
and
seen.
Downton Abbey.
I've seen Downton Abbey, but I stopped watching after they killed off Bleep.
Wow.
I didn't want to spoil it, you know? But if you know, you know. Sometimes a show will kill off a character I love, and I'll be like, I'm
That's
out.
enough.
You know? I'm done. I can't handle it. So anyway, I stopped watching Downton Abbey after they killed off Bleep, but apparently Lily James was on that show. Anyway, here's photos of them getting quite cozy. Jack, let's sound that cozy alarm.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Lily James. They're filming something in Rome together, and they're doing some like neck kissing. Cozy. Wow, quite cozy. Okay, so there's Dominic West, the celebrity. There's his co-star Lily James, also a celebrity.
Cozy star.
Oh,
Cozy.
there's another cozy alarm. Sometimes it just sneaks up on you. That cozy alarm, it just comes out of nowhere. Okay, yeah. They kissed. Maybe it was an accidental kiss. But actually, they didn't just kiss. They also cozy scootered. Jack, let's see the cozy scootering.
Wow.
Wow, that's a cozy scooter. Why don't you... Oh, play that cozy alarm. Play it. There we go.
Cozy.
And she's got her nose hanging out of the mask. Just a chaotic moment.
Cozy.
Anyway, so they're cozying up in Rome. But turns out, actually, this guy, Dominic West, who I just found out who exists, is married.
Oh!
To a wife, who I also just found out exists, named Catherine Fitzgerald. Jack, let's see the wife. Wow. So he's married. He was cheating on her. Apparently, someone in the chat said she's royalty. I don't know. A wife. He's married to a wife who's royalty or something.
She's the Viscountess of Lambton.
Catherine Fitzgerald. Is she from The Vow? No.
No, she's the Viscountess of Lambton.
Cool. I love Lambton and I love Viscountesses. Ooh. Anyway, so he cheated on his wife, I guess, or something. He scooter cheated at least. I mean, if you scootered with another woman, Jack, I would say you're done. Pack
Really?
your stuff. Yeah.
If I scootered around with another woman?
Yes. And I'm actually allowed to scooter with whoever I want, but it is a double standard. You're not allowed.
Oh, wow.
I can scooter with anyone. If you scooter, you're divorced. Okay?
Okay.
Is that fine? I feel like neither of us will probably scooter, even by ourselves. Okay.
Yeah, what if I scooter with Dr. Fuzz tomorrow at the zoo?
That's not really social distancing, so you would be divorced for that. Okay. All right. So anyway, this is where the story takes a weird turn because it's like, okay, there's a classic, celebrity, maybe alleged cheating scandal or something. But it's so much weirder than that because today, or maybe this was yesterday, Catherine and what's his name? Dominic? Catherine and Dominic held like a kind of press conference outside of their house to announce that they're still together. Let's look at the pictures from this press conference. Okay. They like called paparazzi. This was like all over the tabloids.
Wow.
They like make out and then she has a piece of paper in her hand and she like sets the piece of paper out
Wow.
for like the media to read. And the piece of paper says, "Our marriage is strong and we're very much still together. Thank you." And then they
Thank
both
you.
like signed it.
Wow.
It's very weird. I'm like, this is a move that I have not seen before from celebrities. Like usually you would tweet something out or go through a publicist or something. Oh, Jack, what's this? Jack just handed me a piece of paper. This is a note actually that we wanted to share with all of you. Jack wrote it. Jack, do you want to read it?
We're still married, everybody.
We're still married, everyone. We're still married. Okay. I like this move. I like that celebrities. I like that. I hope this takes off. I hope this becomes a thing. Like you call the paparazzi, you write something on a piece of paper. This is way better than Notes app. This is way better than a publicist leaking something to like people. Like this is fabulous. I love this. I love this. And now I have no choice but to, I stan all these people. And I guess I have to watch every episode of The Wire. Apparently. That's how good this move is. Okay, speaking of calling the paparazzi on yourself, we absolutely have to talk about Max Erich. You guys, I'm a little worried about Max Erich. We all know Max Erich as the soap star / ex-fiance of Demi Lovato. He like spun out on Instagram after their breakup, and now he has returned to the beach where they got engaged and called the paparazzi on himself to take pictures of him as he cries, wearing like a chaotic full pant at the beach. Full length pants. I love it. I think this guy he's maybe unwell, but this is so funny. And I love when celebrities call the paparazzi on themselves. Like, this is great. This is very good. This is very, very good. Let's just look at all the pictures. Here's the first picture. He's like, how would you describe this, Jack? He's in a full black cargo pant and a white t-shirt. And he very smartly didn't wear any logos or anything, so the tabloids wouldn't have to blur anything out, or he wouldn't. He wore a simple, solid color look. He's got his hand on his head, like, oh no, I'm single and Demi hates me, and then he's touching his foot. He just looks in pain, and he's crying. Let's look at the next picture here. Oh no, he's praying. Boy. I think he's praying to God.
He's praying to the Lord above in this one. He's
praying to the Lord above on the sand, on the beach, sitting on his little ass, praying and crying, as you do. I mean, who here hasn't done this and called the paparazzi on themselves? Yeah, it looks like a cold day at the beach, too. It does not look warm. Does not look sunny. It looks like he's sitting on wet sand, too, not even on the dry sand. Let's look at this next picture here. I think this one will confirm that he's definitely praying. Let's look at this. Oh, wow. Yeah. He's praying.
In deep prayer
He's
with the
in
Lord.
deep prayer with the Lord. And you've got his phone is right on the sand in front of him. His phone is chaotically resting right on the sand. You don't want your phone right on the sand like that because the little sand grains, it can get in there and fuck up the technology. You don't want to do that. Trust me, I know the beach, okay? I grew up by the beach. I know about beaches, all right? Okay, this next picture is pretty dramatic. Let's look at this one. this next shot here. Oh, okay. Now he's got his pants are they rolled up a little bit?
No, I think they're still just fully out there.
Okay, he's laying on his back now. His feet are bent in front of him. And he's like, I think on the phone. I think he's on the phone maybe with no one. I feel like that's a move. Like you pretend like you're on the phone. I think he's on the phone with no one, crying with his eyes closed, laying on his back on the wet sand. It's just a mess. It's a mess. I saved the best picture for last. Okay, everyone. This is the best one. You're not prepared for this last picture. I'm telling you that right now. Jack, you are not prepared. Okay,
boy.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
Oh. Wow.
Wow. Okay, so
He's in very deep pain.
he is.
Is he on the phone with a paparazzi right now?
He's faking on the phone again, I think. He is thigh deep in ocean water. Pants fully soaked. Pants getting very wet. He's like thigh deep in white ocean water. And his hat, his baseball cap is pulled all the way over his eyes. And he's brooding as he's faking being on the phone, allegedly faking. It's so good. It's so dramatic. The drama, the theater. This guy is a star. Okay, cast Max Erich in everything because he's putting in the work. Okay, now we pretty much know, right, that he dated Demi for the fame. Like, that's pretty obvious at this point. And I'm glad that relationship ended. Like, it seemed like that's not what Demi needs. But now that we know he is like this level of like thirsty for fame, let's give it to him. I want to reward Max. He's worked so hard. He called the paparazzi on himself. It's like, give this guy every single acting part. I want to see him, in everything. Let's get him in an American Horror Story. Okay. Get him in, maybe he could play like Jennifer Lawrence's mean ex-boyfriend that like gets killed off in something. I don't know. I'm just pitching here. Okay. This guy is a star. If you behave like Heidi Montag in the Hills circa 2011, like you are a star, you deserve fame. And I think we should reward this guy for this behavior because he's working for us. He's providing entertainment. We have not had a paparazzi photo shoot this good in months, and I'm just grateful for it. Grateful for this guy. Grateful for Dominic West and his wife and the note. Like, this is like nature is healing, Nature is healing. We're getting good celebrity gossip again, and it feels right. It feels right. Jack, what do you think about Max Erich? Are we worried about him?
I'm worried about those pants.
Yeah.
I don't know that you can. I don't know that you can get that much like salt water on a pant like that.
I know. It's not going to be great for the pants.
I don't know if that's going to be good for the pant like that.
Not great for the pants. Cait in the chat says, reminds me of Ben Affleck smoking cigs at Disneyland. The best pap photos ever. Yes, this is on par. Except for Ben Affleck definitely didn't call the paps on himself, but Max definitely did. But it doesn't matter. Like, I love breakup dude breakup energy is so good and so pure and like just fun to watch, honestly. Like, I love to see a dude struggling like this. Not that he deserves to struggle, but like the open struggle, the out in the open of it all, the fame. It's theatrical. It's drama. I love it. I love Max Erich's tears. I love him. I do. I love him. He's a genius. Okay, now we'll do the segment we do every day on the show before we do our last main topic. Okay, are Zach Braff and Florence Pugh still together?
Are they?
Are they? Yes.
Wow.
Of course they are. Are you fucking living under a rock? Of course they're still together. They're like literally, they've never been stronger. You cannot break a love like theirs. And if you try, you die. Okay.
Wow.
Now for the main event. Okay. this is a topic that I spent most of my morning diving into because I was like so fascinated. There is a certain celebrity that is having a very chaotic time in their lives, and it must be discussed. Okay. I'm talking about James Van Der Beek, Dawson from Dawson's Creek. I love James Van Der Beek. I think he's great. I've followed him on Instagram for a while now, and I sort of filed this in the back of my brain as not that interesting, but he is moving from LA to Texas, and it really caught my attention today. And we're going to get into it now. I knew he was moving to Texas with his wife and 5 children. 5. That's right. James Van Der Beek has 5 children. I knew he was moving to Texas. I didn't think it was that interesting until I read this Instagram post that he posted today. Now, let me just read this for you. Okay. He says, quote, "And we've landed." Okay, so this is him. He's just arrived after driving from LA to Texas. And this is what he's written on Instagram. He says, quote, "We've landed. In the last 10 months, we've had 2 late-term pregnancy losses, each of which put Vander Kimberly in the hospital. We spent Christmas break thinking she had a tumor. The doctor was wrong, thank God. A business colleague I hired hijacked the project and stabbed me in the back. I was prematurely booted off a reality dancing show I was favored to win in front of the whole world. And my mom died. And a shutdown. All of that led to some drastic changes in our lives and dreams and priorities and landed us here, overflowing with profound gratitude today." End quote. Holy shit. Okay, so this is very dark. And I'm not trying to make light of this. Like, they had some really bad shit happen to them. Of course, the pregnancy losses, especially like late-term pregnancy losses like that, that's horrible. Wouldn't wish that on anybody. The cancer scare, tumor scare, the mom dying is really sad. And obviously we've all been affected by the shutdown in varying ways. But one of these, okay, also someone worked with him and stabbed him in the back. I want to know more. Like, what's that about? But one of these things doesn't quite fit. One of these things is not like the other. Okay, let's zoom in on this post and read that little part in the middle. What does it say?
"I was prematurely booted off a reality television show I was favored to win in front of the whole world."
And not just a reality television show, a reality dancing show. And so I was like, okay, he's had like a lot of bad things happen to him. One of which is that he lost Dancing with the Stars. Excuse me? That's what?
Yeah,
that's like
who
on
cares?
par with his mom dying? Let's look. I looked this up. Apparently, he really did lose Dancing with the Stars. And it was like a big upset. Okay. Here's an article from the Washington Post that says, "Why an emotional Dancing with the Stars episode ended in tears and angry viewers. The semifinals of ABC's Dancing with the Stars turned unexpectedly emotional on Monday as actor James Van Der Beek revealed he almost dropped out of the night's competition because his wife Kimberly had a miscarriage several days ago. Then at the end of the episode, the judges chose to eliminate James Van Der Beek when he was pitted against singer Ally Brooke in the bottom 2, which prompted Brooke to break down sobbing and start begging to give her slot to Van Der Beek." End quote. Okay, so basically, he announced his wife got a miscarriage, and he was like, "I'm gonna keep doing Dancing with the Stars, and I'm just gonna keep going, even though my family's going through this terrible trauma." And then right after he announces that he's gonna stick with it, they fucking eliminate him. Brutal. So let me just sum up for you. Here are the reasons he's moving to Texas. Okay, let's look at the list here. 1,
Sorry about that.
1, he had some traumas in his personal life, death, miscarriages, the business thing. And 2, he lost Dancing with the Stars. Now, there's a third reason he's moving to Texas, and I think it's because he hates the park by his house in Beverly Hills. This is real. He posted this a few days ago while he was on the road trip. It's a picture or a video, I should say, of a park, I think in like Arizona or something. And he sees like someone with a big parachute in the park. And he says, quote, "At the park in Beverly Hills near the house we just moved away from, you were not allowed to fly a kite. Also not allowed at any park in Beverly Hills, riding a bicycle, climbing a tree, throwing a ball against a cinder block wall, learning anything from an instructor, using weights, cones, or any type of pad, wearing cleats, even rubber ones. And you couldn't use the batting cage built next to the baseball field. Not saying I need to fly a parachute with a fan strapped to my back like this guy, but when people ask why we're moving our kids out of LA, these are just some of the reasons.
Wow.
More to
The
come.
park in Beverly Hills is a little too uptight.
A little too many rules at the park. So he's like,
James, you could have moved to like the Valley.
I mean,
That you can like bring a kite to like, the Van Nuys Park.
I am really stressed about this because like, I don't know why he wouldn't just
He's
move
right
to the
that
Valley.
Beverly Hills sucks horribly.
It does suck. Beverly Hills does suck, but like,
I don't know that you need to go to Texas to find a park where you can have a kite.
does he have to move to Texas? Like, Texas is so far. If he ever gets any work in Hollywood again, he's gonna have to fly to do the work, like, and then be like away from his kids and stuff. It's just chaotic. It's really chaotic. Okay,
Listen. All I want to say is Beverly Hills is truly awful, and
Yes.
those people are psychos.
No, it's
I don't want
horrible.
anyone to think that every park in LA is kite free. That's not the case.
no. We live right next to a great park
a
where
lot of parks
you
are
can do
just-
whatever the fuck you
can
want.
fish at this park.
Echo Park, you can do that whatever the fuck you want. Come here, James. Come to my house and fly a kite.
Really?
Like, the fuck. And it's great. We love that about Echo Park. We
Yeah.
love that. Okay. Yeah, but that's why I moved to Texas. Here's another weird thing that was like made me like do a dive into this because this is just really chaotic. About a day before they picked up their whole life and moved to Texas, they adopted 2 brand new puppies.
The
The
day
day
before
before.
they moved.
The day before they moved. Oh no, I'm going to throw a big quotes around the word adopted because I think maybe they're not adopted. I'm just throwing it out there. I was talking to my friend Claire Downs about this, and we don't think the dogs are really rescued. Here's my theory.
Why is that?
Well, let's look at the picture of the dogs. They're like these beautiful,
Oh, they're like purebred dogs.
purebred puppies. I think celebrities have a little dog rescuing loophole, and I don't think I've talked about this theory publicly yet, Jack, but I think celebrities say they adopted dogs because they technically do. Because when there are brand new purebred puppies that don't have a home, they're like, they don't go into like the pound. They don't
Right.
go into the general dog adopting population. Like, someone will call up, someone and be like, I've got 2 puppies like that need rescuing. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's not necessarily buying a dog, but they're the first in line for the good adoptions. You know what I mean? Like, they're the top of the list for like the purebred rescues. You know what I'm saying? I'm not being very articulate, but I think there's a doggy A-list. Of adoptions out there.
You think that? Yeah, there are people that get the first phone calls.
There's people that get the first phone calls. Okay, let me just show you this video really quick of the dogs. This is right after they got the dogs.
Yes.
Oh, and not this one.
I think we're setting some kind of record.
maybe
Do you
it is
think
this
that any? All right, we
This
are
one?
on.
No, sorry, go back.
road-
Play it again. I was wrong. Okay, play that first clip again. Sorry, chaotic episode.
Let me see here. Yeah, I think that is
Play
clip 1.
clip 1 again. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
I think we're setting some kind of record. Do you think that anybody else in the world has ever moved out of their house with their 5 children and decided to adopt
no.
2 rescue puppies?
Uh-oh.
They're literally in a van with 5 kids, the 2 rescue dogs, and I'm sorry, they also already had 2 dogs. Jack, they already had 2 dogs. In this
Wow.
picture that I posted here, make the picture big. We've got the 5 kids, very young kids. Their 2 dogs are on the ground in the bottom right-hand corner. Those are the 2 dogs they already had. And then they, on top of that, adopted 2 new dogs. And when you get a puppy, it's like having a baby. Like, you have to train it. You have to, like, teach it how to poop and stuff. They got these dogs and immediately took them on the road. Like, what the fuck is happening? What the fuck is going on, Van Der Beeks? Like, what in the world? What is this? Did you have to move right that second? Or... And it really seems like they've got, like, no nannies. Like, it's just them. Like, they like, are just doing this. Like, if you want to do a deep dive, her name is @VanderKimberly on Instagram, and she has a story highlight that I watched all of this morning that is called Moving, and it follows this whole journey, and it is really long. But if you want to do a deep dive, I would recommend starting there. But I have to ask some questions here. Why are they moving to Texas? Why? Are they from Texas? I don't think so. I looked up James Van Der Beek, and he's from Connecticut. Now, the wife, Kimberly, I don't know where she's from. I don't know her deal. There's not that much info on her. Maybe she's from Texas. I don't know. So then I was like, okay, are they Joe Roganing? Are they, like, going because they, like, don't want to spend the tax money living in California? Here's my theory. I think he hasn't worked in a while. If you look at his IMDb, he really hasn't worked that much recently. I think they are liquidating all of their money because obviously he can't work during the pandemic. They're not really shooting or casting anything. I mean, they are, but, you know, it's way less. So I think they're liquidating all their money, like selling the multi-million-dollar Beverly Hills compound and taking all of that money to Texas to, like, maybe build another compound, but cheaper. I think they're out of money. I think this is a money issue. I think I also think he is, well, I had to ask, like, what are his politics? Is he a Republican? Is this is he, like, doing the Joe Rogan thing where he, like, is kind of libertarian? Here's a quote I found from an article. I'll read it to you now. He said, quote, "I don't vote by color. I believe each issue deserves its own consideration outside of the team politics in Washington that is currently preventing our government from serving us efficiently. Our mainstream news sources and representatives in Congress act along party lines like a bunch of antagonist sheep. We have to do better than that." End quote. So he's a libertarian, right? This is very libertarian. So he's moving to Texas because he's a libertarian. He's libertarianing his way to Texas.
He's having himself a little libertarian moment.
He's having himself a libertarian time.
Boo.
Whatever. Boo. Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. Sorry.
Wow.
So here's
a twist, scary ending, you know, befitting of an October month.
A very spooky.
Of an October 13th.
So here's my big conclusion. It's a taxes thing. That's my big conclusion. I think it's just a taxes thing. But it's very chaotic.
Don't mess with taxes.
He's going to Texas for the taxes. Okay, I think it's a taxes thing. My other big conclusion, now Jack's asleep at the wheel here a little bit. My other big conclusion is maybe they're going to shoot a reality show.
I had the joke about don't mess with
I know,
taxes.
it was good. It was good,
That was
Jack.
funny.
It was really funny. It was really funny. I said he's asleep at the wheel just because he was behind on the slides, okay? And it's on me. I did too many slides. I think that they are going to shoot a reality show about being in Texas. Maybe they are doing all these Instagram posts as kind of like a soft pilot. Or I think they might pivot to lifestyle brand. I think that he and the wife, Kimberly, might do like a influencer thing where like they live in Texas and fucking sell baby clothes and shit. So there you go. I'm obsessed with this. I'm going to be following it very closely. I'm going to be updating you on everything that has to do with James Van Der Beek and his chaotic 5 children, 4 dog lifestyle in Texas. I don't know where in Texas. I'm guessing Austin, but I'm not sure. It's very chaotic. It stresses me out. They're in Texas. I can't get a sense of the house at all. I just saw an Instagram today of the ugliest and saddest looking carpeted staircase. So hopefully it's just an Airbnb that they're sitting in before they get their nicer house. But, I just want the best for James Van Der Beek. I know he's a libertarian, blah, 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 but I love the guy. I love Dawson. I just want the best for him. He was great in Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23. And I just want the Beak to be okay. I want the Beak to land on his 2 feet. They've got a weird life, he and the wife, the peasant. She always dresses like she's in like Little House on the Prairie. She always wears these like high neck, poofy arm, like Little House on the Prairie dresses. And like she has just, I'm not trying to, she has a lot of children and she's like, obviously the miscarriages thing is very sad, but she just is like, just loves to have children. That's her whole thing. She's a trad wife. The whole thing is very odd to me. They all dress in they dress the kids in beige. The kids wear a lot of beige and fedora hats, and like they always look like they're in some sort of photo shoot. I'm just keeping tabs on this because something's off. Something's very chaotic. I'm like, let's keep tabs on this. All right, everybody. Thank you so much, Jack. Thank you to the chat here. That has been today's episode of Hot and Rich. If you like the show, you can always Venmo me at Cait-Raft, Cait-Raft. I'm taking tips now. I'm not doing a Patreon. I'm just doing Venmo. Tip me like you would tip your worst waiter. That's what I say every day. Just tip me like shit. Tip me like not like bad. But if you like the show, tip me a little bit. I mean, if you want. Okay. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow us at Hot and Rich Show on Instagram and Twitter. Give us reviews on Apple Podcasts. We like that stuff. Thank you to Hog Trucker and Cait Shapiro for the theme song. Thank you to Jack for producing the show. And until next time, stay hot and stay rich.
I'm so fucking